All right, welcome back in. It's the GodfatherLocks.com audio report for Friday, February 13th, Friday the 13th. As many people look at this as a bad luck, and we're looking at it as just more good luck as we've been dominating the hardwood in the last few weeks. And to get into numbers right away, we came to you on Monday, actually, with a special report to tell you guys where we were on that run last weekend with the Saturday, the epic day that was Saturday, gaining 30-star units and the big 10-star wins, Oklahoma State, Duke, and all that good stuff. And then Sunday, we came right back, gained another 10 stars. Monday, we came on here. We tried to give you guys a special. A lot of you guys bid on that. A bunch of new weekly members, which is always great to see more people cashing in right now on this run. Monday, we came back plus 10. Tuesday was about an even day. Wednesday, plus 12. We dominated going 7-3, including an NBA sweep. We went 4-0 on Wednesday with the Wizards, Spurs, OKC, and the Blazers all getting the cover. And then last night, it was Chicago with the Bulls coming back, winning that, headed in to the NBA break. It's not really the break halfway season game-wise, but it is a break as far as now we head into the All-Star weekend. And the NBA, to update you guys on that, because we're going to be off until next Thursday, which means more focus on college basketball, which we'll get into in a second. But in the NBA, we ripped off 5 straight wins, 7 out of 8. 7-1 run in 5-star NBA plays. And in the last 10 days, a $100 bettor has gained an exact amount of $4,000 in the last 10 days following our system in the association. So we finished out strong the last 10 days in the NBA to give us the break, take us on a little time off for the next 7 days, and we'll be back next Thursday with the NBA. Now, what that does mean is college basketball is in the spotlight beginning tonight and all the way every day pretty much through the tournament, which ends in the first week of April, I believe, is the championship. And that gives me a second to describe what's happening in college basketball. Right now, we're on a 50-38 run. 47-35 to be a little bit less on that stuff that I track. And in the last 15 days on the college hardwood, a $100 bettor has made $3,200. And for the season, we are up 21 star units, so $2,100 for $100 on the season. College basketball 5 stars, we ripped off 3 of the last 4. Okay, last weekend with Duke and Oklahoma State were the most notable ones. We came back on Sunday and fell short with LaSalle. But on the all-time, we're 6-3. 6 wins, 3 losses on college basketball, 10 stars. Now, if you're listening to this report on a Friday, you're probably looking at the board and saying, man, this is a short card. There is a couple games tonight, if you're looking at the Friday card, that we will have in college basketball. It's a limited card. So, that being said, tomorrow, it gives me more of a chance tonight to look ahead to tomorrow, monitor the lines, look at the matchups. A lot of revenge on tap in college basketball. Revenge is huge, especially when you're a home team looking for revenge. A couple big games just to go off the bat right now for tomorrow. Baylor and Kansas at 1 o'clock is one that stands out. Now, sitting here at 12:30-ish on a Friday, their lines aren't yet out yet for tomorrow. So I can't really get into the lines, kind of like I do with the NBA on Fridays. We look at the NBA lines on Friday, we run down the board. I can't do that just yet with the college games tomorrow. But what I can do is tell you what we got on tap and what headlines the day. And that's one of them at 1 o'clock. Looking ahead to 2 o'clock. Okay, that's, college basketball on Saturday, usually the noons, the 2s, the 4s, the 6s, they know what they're doing when they schedule these games. It's pretty good for us because as you're betting with your book, you can go along and bet as the day goes. 2 o'clock, South Carolina, Kentucky, with the number 1 team in the country playing. There's always eyes on them, and they'll be playing at home. I'm interested to see what that line is. A 12-11 South Carolina team, a Kentucky team that hasn't covered in the last couple tries. I'm expecting Kentucky to be about a 26-point favorite, 27-point favorite, if not more, to be honest with you guys. And at 4 o'clock in the Big 12, West Virginia, Iowa State. Now, if you remember on Monday in the midst of the run, we took Oklahoma in a 5-star pick against Iowa State. It started out a little shaky. Second half, Oklahoma just shot them to death. And West Virginia can do the same. They can score. They can put up points. But it is in Iowa State. It is Hilton Magic. I'd be interested to see what that line is. If it's any more than 5 or 6, we'd be leaning towards Iowa State. But that's going to have to marinate as we get into tomorrow. And then 6 o'clock, of course, 2 big games at 6 o'clock. Duke, Syracuse, and then Villanova, Butler. Duke, a huge win last Saturday as we took them against Notre Dame. They came back against Florida State on Monday, didn't cover. We stayed away from that game completely. Now they're on the road against a Syracuse team who finally got a big road win because they're 13-2 at home, but I believe they're 3-6 on the road. And they were just 2-6. They beat Boston College on Wednesday. We didn't have that game at all either. That will be a big game at 6 o'clock. And then at night, 8 o'clock, a game. If you follow me and you're one of my customers listening in right now, you know that I'm big on the Mountain West. We took Colorado State in a 10-star On Tuesday, they covered late night action. On Wednesday, we came back. We took San Diego State late. They blew out Wyoming in that game in a 5-star pick, which made Wednesday a winning day as well. It contributed to the 12-star unit gain. So I'm all over the Mountain West. I know everything you need to know about Colorado State, San Diego State, Boise State, UNLV, New Mexico. There's certain teams that I just know a lot about, and that's a conference that I'm dialed into. Also at 8 o'clock, Oklahoma, who's one of my teams. If you follow me on Twitter, if you know the kind of teams I follow, you see that there is a trend in what kind of teams I cap with or cap against. So just don't think if you're listening in and you see Oklahoma playing Kansas State and you say, wow, Godfather Locks loves Oklahoma, Bobby Heald and all those guys, and I'm going to lay the points, whatever that line ends up being. That's not necessarily the truth. Now, because I like a team or because I track a specific conference doesn't mean that you can kind of figure out where I'm going with each game, because I could also go against them if I know a lot about those teams. Now, 8:30, Maryland and Penn State. I'll tell you what, if there's any team in America struggling against the spread more than the Maryland Terrapins, I'd be stunned. If not, Rutgers might have a good competition with them, but Rutgers stinks out loud. Maryland is 20-5, yet they haven't covered a game since January 17th. So we're almost going on a month, and they beat Michigan State by 16 in their last cover. And 6 straight ATS losses for the Terrapins. They've got at Nebraska, at Penn State, then versus Nebraska versus Wisconsin coming up in the next couple tries. I'll be interested to see what that line is. And then at 9 o'clock tomorrow, another team that I follow very greatly is SMU. I've had them a lot this year. I've taken them where they've pushed for us. I've taken them where they've won for us. And I've obviously taken them where they fell short against Cincinnati. But last Saturday, I had them against Tulsa. They went on the road and they got a big road win. Tomorrow, they're back home against a UConn team that's starting to find their stride. So that game might be circled as well. Another Mountain West game, Boise State, Fresno State, UNLV, Air Forces in the Mountain West. We'll be all over that tomorrow. And then the All-Star competition is happening. I got a bunch of emails this morning wondering what we'll do for the All-Star game. I don't know if it's really a moneymaker ploy for us to really get involved and risk any money in our bankroll to attack the All-Star game. But there are some times. Now, last year, I had Damian Lillard in the skills competition. Did not have Marco Bellinelli in that three-point shootout last year. But I'll tweet out if I like something, if I see odds on a certain three-point shooter, a dunk contest member, or a skills competition, anything I can see, I'll tweet it out from Godfather Locks on Twitter if I see something we can capitalize on. But it is a college basketball weekend, all weekend long. Like I said earlier, 50 and 38 run plus $3,200 if you're a $100 better the last 15 days. And we're having a great basketball run right now. On this run, I'll tell you what, guys, and I don't know what else to say as far as to sell what we're doing at godfatherlocks.com. Like, for instance, yesterday, and this is why the loyalty program is crucial, because a lot of these guys that are cashing in right now fought through me through the slump before the Super Bowl, and they stuck right by it. Right now, in the last 17 days, a $100 better has netted $7,800 in basketball. And this is the time to do it. We're in mid-February. The tournament is coming up. The NBA will come back for the second half. The playoffs are around the corner. If there's any time to join us, if there's any time to invest in GodfatherLocks.com, it's right now. We dominate the hardwood. It's a proven fact. And as much as the slump that I was getting ripped for and I was getting hate mail for earlier in the young season, like I told you, and it was kind of like a broken record. Once the Vegas odds makers figure out the lines, I will figure out the lines. It's that simple, because I'm as sharp as they come. So I'll know what I can see it. I can see what they're trying to tell you. St. Joe's the other night, perfect example on Wednesday. You got a Rhode Island team with 18 wins against a St. Joe's team that was 10-12, and the line was 2. We jumped on St. Joe's. It took a 3-point shot towards the end to get us to cover, but we hit. There is a lot of games tomorrow. You need help. You like betting. You like making money. GodfatherLocks.com. And as a first-time special today, because there's a short card today, and if you only can buy this today, so if you're listening on a Friday, this 3-day plan that I will tweet out in a second is normally $75 as a special. Technically, the 3-day plan is $99, okay? That will get you 3 days. Today, we are going to spice it up a little bit. It's supposed to be $75 as a special. That's what I've been shelling out. A lot of you guys jump on that. But today we are going to knock another $15 off just to show you how dominant we are in basketball. Just to get you guys who are non-believers believing that we are dominant in college basketball. We were dominant in the NBA. And even though the NBA is on break, which kind of also helps with the discounted price that I'm about to throw out at you guys, because you're not getting the NBA this weekend. You're getting just college basketball. We're fair and balanced here at GodfatherLocks.com. I will make the daily plan, the 3-day plan, $60. Okay, so $60, basically $20 a day. But today is such a short card. You're getting such a value, though. I mean, you're talking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, $60. You invest $60. I was just telling you how last weekend a guy who bought on Friday, guy or gal, because we have a bunch of girl buyers as well. If you bought on Friday, you bought us Friday for $75, and there's a bunch of you to name. And like I told you guys on Monday's report, that we got a lot of emails saying thank you for the investment. We made a lot of money. Friday and Saturday and Sunday last week, we gained 41 star units. So if you risk $75 on a 3-day plan, and I turn around and gained you plus 41 star units for the weekend, that's one hell of a deal. And our goal is to win that, if not more, as much as we can this weekend. So $60 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will get you that deal. If you're listening to this on Saturday, you can still find the $75 3-day plan available. So $60 Friday, $60, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It will be yours for just $60. And of course, if the next 3 days we don't show a gain in units, for just that $60, you'll get a $150 value of a weekly plan starting Monday for free, just to show you that in the long run, we make money, and we have been making money pretty solidly in the last 2 weeks plus, almost 2.5 weeks, and it will continue. And in the big picture, through the ups and downs, an updated stat for all you guys and all you haters out there who don't believe in GodfatherLocks.com. In the last 250 days, a little less than half the year, in all leagues, NFL, college football, college basketball, and in the NBA, and that also includes baseball, which we killed it last year, and we will speak more of baseball coming up. A $100 bettor has made $19,800 plus 198 units in the last 250 days. We wish and hope we make you guys money this weekend, a Valentine's Day weekend for all you guys out there. So why not take your girl out, take your wife out, and start betting on some of these games tomorrow without even watching? GodfatherLocks.com. Good luck.